She was the Valley Girl of the 80s, coming of age as part of the MTV generation. Moon Unit Zappa is the daughter of legendary rocker and musical visionary Frank Zappa, and she's got a new memoir sharing stories of life in a very unconventional household. It's called Earth to Moon, a Memoir.
And Moon joins us now. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
It's so great to talk to you. I had that 45, but I'm sure there's a whole generation out there that does not know the Valley Girl thing. They don't know who Frank Zappa is. How would you describe his creativity and his legacy?
I mean, it's 100 albums in 52 years, and the music is still being extracted from the vault. So unbelievable output. I was introduced to them as Frank and Gail from an early age. He played with the blow-up sex doll in the basement, and I had regular dolls upstairs.
Wow.
So I tell stories about what that life was like growing up in that house.
Yeah.
Wow. So you refer to your parents as Frank and Gail. You also talk about, as unconventional as your dad was, your mom was very unconventional. I think you talked about her being emotionally unavailable and sometimes emotionally abusive. What was it like in the house?
Yeah, so the journey that I take the reader on is I'm asking, is genius worth the collateral damage? And when your mother's your first bully, what happens to you?
Oh,
What's that journey like? And so the book is really me going back and bearing witness to some weird ingredients that got in the pot and bringing those broken or confused parts of myself or the stunted parts back into present time to tend to and to mend. So I think that's what's universal about the story. And then there's some humor because the backdrop of being a teen in Los Angeles, California is, I think, interesting to people.
So what did you learn about all this, looking back, processing it as an adult versus when you were living it?
Well, I think when you're little, you get some confusing messages. If your father is sleeping with women that are not your mother and he's saying that they don't mean anything, then you do kid math and you go, well, if he spends time with the thing that doesn't mean anything to him, then I must be worth less than the thing that doesn't matter. So to kind of like realize that that's probably not what was happening, but maybe, I don't know. And then having a mother who was an unreliable narrator, it was quite a journey.
You talk about growing up in LA in the 80s, and this Valley Girl image became so iconic, and that's your voice on that song of your father's that was his most popular song. What did that do for you? That put you right in the middle of celebrity culture, and you have some amazing stories about that.
Yeah, so Frank was away for 7 to 9 months in a touring cycle. And so by the time I was 13, I'd had enough of that. I was really craving his attention. He made you feel like you were the most special person when you had his attention. And I just was missing him, and I slid a note under the door. I figured out he liked to work in the studio. And so I said, maybe we should work together. And then this tender, private moment, 17 minutes worth on a school night, became this moment that captured the world's imagination.
I would think the fact that you and your siblings shared this unique, dysfunctional childhood would bond you together, but it does not sound that is what has happened.
Yeah, so when Gail died, she left all the intellectual property to my 2 younger siblings that I helped to raise. And so, I mean, if it was my way, we would have had a dance-off. But no, the takeaway from the story really is, if you're going to write a will, make it even Stevens. The best bands that stay together share the publishing, and it's been a journey of healing that. So I think that's another piece that's relatable to people to see something exposed in this way.
Gosh, it's like we all have our childhoods, and we have parts of it we'd rather not remember. But do you think it's made you who you are? And do you look back on times more fondly or less fondly?
I mean, I took my name so literally. I thought I was the moon with no light of my own, only reflecting the light of my father, the sun. And so reclaiming myself has been a journey. But, the people that are missing things, they become an expert in that field. So family meant everything to me. It still does. And so the absence of that kind of genuine closeness has created that deep value for me.
Oh, wow.
So is there any hope in trying to repair the issues among the siblings? Is there anyone trying to make that happen, or is you just moving on?
Well, I'm the one that has a 30-year head start on therapy, but I have made some great progress, and my door's open to my other 2 siblings, and what can you do?
Wow. Well, it's amazing. The book is Earth to Moon, a memoir. For more, you can check out moonunit.com or follow Moon on Instagram. Thanks so much for joining
Thank
us.
you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.